Hi guys, so we are back with lesson 4. I'm super excited. Today is going to be a really fun lesson. We're going to learn how to take a text and how to pull it apart to make sure that we understand what is being said and what's happening. So before we dive in, I want to look at a couple of things that we've talked about over the past couple of days just to make sure that we're on track and that whenever we come across new learning today that we'll be able to recognize it and that we'll be able to pull it apart in the way that we need to do. Today it's going to be kind of like you're an investigator. So you're going to be looking at words and at phrases and you're going to be really studying the context of them to kind of see what they mean, what the words truly mean, what the phrases mean, and we're going to be attaching different thoughts to it. So it's going to be super fun. It's going to be something that's a little bit different. We're actually going to be looking at a large poem. It's a really great poem about the Statue of Liberty. And then you are going to take your information this afternoon and do the same thing. So I'm super excited. But first, let's go ahead and review. So we know from day 1, we learned about the Statue of Liberty and the name and who created the Statue of Liberty and that it came from France. On lesson 2, we found out about this very controversial picture that the Statue of Liberty is made out of copper, and that after about 35 years of being brown, it turned a bluish green color because it oxidized due to the air and the water and the environment that it was in, and a layer of patina covered over it, so it's being protected. And then during lesson 3, we really got to dive in to some really interesting information about some of the details on the Statue of Liberty, such as the statue's crown and her torch. And we even were able to fill out a really neat diagram that kind of explained each of the different aspects, such as the torch represents freedom, we know that. The crown that the Statue of Liberty wears has 7 points on it to represent the 7 continents and the 7 seas of the world. There's a tablet being held in her hand, or in her arm, and it says July 4th, 1776, which is America's Independence Day, whenever we become an independent country. And then we also know that the statue's robe is representative of liberty and freedom, as a lot of the different symbols were. We also added in the name, the Statue of Liberty, that it arrived on October 28, 1886, which is really important, especially if you're working on being an expert, to know the dates. And then we added in that it was made of copper and built by Frederick Bartholdi. These are things that we can take and put onto our teaching poster that I'm definitely going to put on there. And even some fun information like the fact that if I took all of the copper that was off of the Statue of Liberty, that I could have enough copper to make 30 million pennies. And that the copper on the outside of the Statue of Liberty is only as thick as 2 pennies put together. There's so much information that I have flooded my brain with over the past few days, and it's really going to help me whenever I'm going to fill out my teaching poster. I'm so excited to be able to share this information with you guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to break off to part 2 of lesson 4, and we're going to kind of switch dynamics and switch rooms, and I'm going to show you the poem that we're going to be looking at so that we can annotate it. So I'm excited to start for part 2, so I'll see you in a minute.